want you to know that you are source energy beings, extensions of source energy, but source energy beings yourself, your source energy. And you've come with powerful intention to sift through life and to let it produce within you ideas of improvement and more. And when that happens, even if you're in a bad mood, you emanate a request that your inner being hears and responds to. So there's a very important thing that we want you to understand right here and now. And we're going to talk about it until we can feel you clicking in and getting it, because this is key to everything deliberate that you will do for the rest of your life experience. The law of attraction is responding to you. We just want you to understand who you are, what we mean when we say you. And what we mean when we say you is not just this magnificent body that you've claimed as you're sitting here in this room. It's the you that you were before you came into this body that still exists as non-physical energy. So there's this inner being you and there's this physical you, and both yous have powerful points of attraction. The law of attraction is responding to both aspects of you. So when physical you squirms and writhes and has a bad moment and asks for an improvement, non-physical you becomes the improvement, and the law of attraction begins responding to that improvement. When you ask, it is given. Someone should write a book. When you ask, it is given. It's given, and it's received by that non-physical part of you. The question is, are you in sync with the non-physical part of you? And the answer is, sometimes, but not usually. Could be a lot more. Are you in sync with your inner being? How would I know if I am? I feel great. I feel eager. I feel love. I feel sure. I feel well-being. I feel clarity. I feel eagerness. But if I'm not in sync while I'm in my human form, then I feel irritation. I feel some distress. I feel annoyance. I feel blame or guilt or fear or hatred or something like that. So you have 2 points of attraction potentially. We're wanting you to make it into one. We're wanting you to move yourself deliberately into vibrational sync or alignment or allowing with your inner being so that you can experience the benefit of that point of attraction. And we want so much for you to understand that one who's connected to this energy, to the momentum of this energy, your inner being has offered no resistance that could be acknowledged by you for as long as you've been in this physical body. That's a huge amount of momentum, of gathering of cooperative components on your behalf. And it takes so little cooperation of you in your physical form to merge with that and then be in that powerful place of attraction. Oh, the awesome power of non-resistant thought. That's what we're talking about. That's where your inner being is all the time. But when your inner being is standing in that awesome place of non-resistant thought and calling to you because you said you wanted it, all those things that you're asking for, and you're standing in discord with that, it makes you scream to the boundaries of the universe. Not fair, unjust. Why is that happening to me? Why am I not getting what I've been asking for? Because you keep doing that. Because you keep noticing what is already manifested instead of feeling the vibration of what's underway. Instead of knowing what your inner being knows about what you've asked for, you're taking score of the manifestation. So what we're talking about here is we want you to get out ahead of that, by letting yourself feel the way your inner being feels about where you stand in relationship to that. We would like so much if you could get a sense in your mind of the coming together of the things that matter to you. And you would feel an appreciation and a certainness and a sureness and a I'm being seen and I am loved and I'm being tended to and all is well. Because if you can accomplish those feelings, then you join vibration with your inner being and you get to experience the moment by moment, conscious aware unfolding of these vibrations turning into thoughts and ideas, and these thoughts and ideas turning into action actions and impulses, and these actions and impulses turning to the manifestation of each and everything that you've asked for. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. Everything that you've ever wanted, no matter how good you are at articulating it, has come together, has already culminated. But our knowing of what is and your knowing of what is are two different knowings, because we know the isness of the vibrational unfolding, and you don't want to count it until it's parked in your garage. You don't want to count it until the money's in the bank. You want it. You want the manifestation of it. You got to get over that. And it makes you worry when we say you got to get over needing the manifestation in order to feel good, because you think we're just trying to teach you to feel good so that you'll just settle for what is. Oh yeah, Abraham just wants us to feel good anyway. Oh, we just want you to feel good. And we know what that leads to, because we understand the process of the way things unfold. We think you heard that clearly. So, what do you want to talk about? What are the subjects that you want to talk about, that together we can mold a new vibrational understanding within you, so that your point of attraction will be more steadily accommodating to letting in the things that you want? What things can we talk about so that you can begin a conscious, deliberate, happily ever after life? Now, what do you want to talk about? Right here, start right there.
Thank you. I speak French, so bear with me.
Well, don't do that.
I'd like to talk about an emotion, a reaction I have, that it's tears of joy. When I feel joy, a joyful moment, why do I cry?
We've already talked about your 2 points of attraction. So your inner being is in this place of continual well-being, love, appreciation, not enough words to really give you the visceral definition of how your inner being feels. So when, for some reason, you let your walls of resistance down and you join that vibration, now you are interpreting how your inner being feels through your physical body. You know how if you're really hungry, you haven't had an opportunity to eat, and your body's been asking for food, and then you sit down and it's a particularly good meal. Esther always said that the secret to Jerry liking her cooking was that she always made sure he was really hungry before she fed him. So he really thought it was good every time. So, you know, that feeling of really, well, that's sort of the same thing. In some mild resistance, it can't be strong resistance or you wouldn't get to that alignment, but in some mild resistance, now you've let that go and you've allowed yourself to join. It's a release or a relief of resistance. There's something more we want to say to you. You know the physical human adage or question that has been around for a long time. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, did it make a sound? And we say, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, there are no ears there to interpret the vibration into a sound, then no, it didn't make a sound. It made a vibration. But if there's not the mechanism that translates that vibration into what you call sound, then there was no sound, there was vibration. So your inner being doesn't have a body, doesn't have ears, doesn't hear in what you would call hear, or see in the way you would call see. But when you are really in sync with your inner being, so you are interpreting the vibration of your inner being through your physical body, that's your inner being's vibration that you are interpreting in that way. It's just what you might call an over-the-top, what we would call a normal state of a loving condition.
Tears of joy.
Sometimes you feel overjoyed. Well, why would you feel overjoyed? Because you haven't practiced the capacity for joy. That's your indication that it's just not the next logical step. This was sort of new. This was sort of more than I'm used to.
It is a feeling, it is an emotion, and it's, since I've been listening to you, it's smaller and smaller. But still today, when we stood up and then, clapping at you, okay, I see people crying because we're joyful of being here.
It's a sort of homecoming. It's a recognition of where you belong. It's a final step into non-resistance, and so it's that last trailings of resistance sort of being let go in that moment. But you know, this is a wonderful conversation, really worth spending a moment here, because so many humans, we say, you said it in a different way just now, the more you practice the vibration of who you really are, so that you are resistant free on the subjects that matter to you, the more you will be privy to, consciously aware of vibrations becoming, to the point that when you get to the point where the manifestation is the next logical step, it will so feel like the next logical step that it won't feel like some big, extraordinary fireworks and balloons letting go of event, because it's the next logical step. But humans, you like the drama of things, so you really do hold yourself, sometimes almost deliberately, in deprivation of what you really want, so that you can feel that little edge of moving into it. And it's all right. We're not worried about you for this reason. Your life will never become mundane, because with every new piece you let in and every new piece you allow to manifest, you stand in a new place of attraction, and there will always be the new that comes to you. So you will always be feeling the newness of something. You will never, Esther's wanting to coin a new word, boredinary. You'll never feel boredinary.
All right. Got it.
Enough? Really good.
Thank you very much.